Tyler, I assume that when it left your hand, you knew that it was good, but just walk us through that last possession.
Yeah, we were going to Cam. Him and Art had the high hand all night, so we were going to Cam actually. But they read the flare screen pretty well. I got the switch, and that's all she wrote.
Have you ever experienced anything like this? 3 overtime games in a row like that in any of you guys?
Not me.
Never.
You were kind of powering this team through that first half. What was working well for you, and how good did that feel to have such a dominant win with that kind of crowd?
I feel like I was just, letting it come to me. I wasn't really trying to force anything in the first half. I was trusting my teammates, finding them in open spots, and that opened up a lot of the floor for me as well. And, this is a big-time win. Nova's a really good team, and I feel like we put in a lot of work, going into this game. Our scout team was great. Our coaching staff had a great scout for us. And we put what we learned to play, and it turned out good for us.
Cam, with Arthur's dominant performance throughout the game and then Tyler's big 3 late, was this the closest thing that you can remember from what Noel and Johnson did from last year's squad?
It's a little different because it's a lot of us that
Next question.
that fill up what I live up to last year. So yeah.
A question for Cam and Arthur. I've already asked Tyler about this, but in your mind, what do you think makes Tyler such a good clutch shooter?
TP don't want to play till the last few. Now I'm playing. I feel like it's in his workouts. When you see him shooting in the gym. During the summer we did 10-minute shooting, and towards the end of the 10-minute shooting, TP hit 20 in a row. So I guess that's where that come from. And he's just a clutch player.
No, he's a super clutch player, smart guard, great piece on the team. Like I said, his work ethic, it stands out. It shows up, you know what I'm saying?
And Arthur, was there anything about this game that made you feel like you could be more aggressive than in some others?
I'm sorry, can you repeat the question?
Was there anything about the matchup or just the way they were playing you that made you feel like you could be more aggressive in this game?
Not necessarily. I was just reading the defense out there and seeing what they was giving me. Guess I was a little more locked in, but that's all glory to the coaches and the staff for just preparing me for these moments, and my teammates for also preparing me for these moments.
Tyler, 1 for 9 before that big shot, and obviously shooters all the time talk about their confidence and everything like that. Just talk about what it was down the stretch there on the just never wavered.
I've been in this position before, believe it or not. A couple years ago against La Tech, I was 1 for 9 actually in the same exact thing in a conference championship game, and I hit a game winner in that game. I ended up 2 for 10. So you gotta give all the glory to God. At the end of the day, you gotta keep shooting, and I try not to let it not let it bother me. And my teammates just kept telling me to keep my head up, do not worry about it, and they knew it was gonna come to find me eventually. And I'm super thankful for them and the opportunity.
In the second half, in the first half, they start off real hot. What was the biggest adjustment that you guys made defensively to they had that long cold spell there to end the first half?
It was a few defensive breakdowns, that got them open looks, and we adjusted once we got to halftime and talked about it.
We just had to be there on the catch. We couldn't let them just get open looks at the basket from 3-point range. It was 5 for 7.
And then you guys have your first true road game of the season on Saturday, heading down to Baton Rouge. How excited are you to kind of play in an environment like that?
Super excited. We're going back to Cam's land, so you don't even got to ask him that question about how he's feeling. But that's one we want to win big. LSU's a great team, and we got a couple guys from Louisiana, so that it means a little bit more when you're going home. So especially want to win that one for them. And we just gotta do what we do. Can't worry about who we playing, but just worry about us.
I'm gonna go into the game, with the same approach I go into every game. And I know my teammates got my back.
Are you gonna have a lot of family
A lot of family. Yeah, but it's kind of it's kind of a long day for my family because my brother graduate on the same day. So shout out to my brother for that. I know he gonna watch this.
Speaking of watching, there were a lot of eyes on this game tonight, and rightfully so. This is the Big East versus the Big 12, and everyone's really interested in these teams. TP, I'm just curious, what do you feel like K-State showed the country tonight?
Whew. Take the high road. I know there's been a lot of he say, she say about us lately over the last couple of weeks. And we haven't really paid attention too much to it. We know who we are at the end of the day. We trust in us. We trust in those 15 guys plus staff around us in that locker room and on the floor every day. So this isn't even the tip of the iceberg. We're still learning, still trying to figure out who we are, still, trying to get better every day. And so we got such a long ways to go. But this is a huge step in where we're trying to go. And the biggest thing is continuing to stay positive, stay even keeled through everything. So not get too high or get too low because this is a super long season.
It's probably not by coincidence we're walking toward the tunnel. We hear Bob Marley's "Don't Worry About a Thing" coming up. What's the significance of that song? What's it mean to you?
Just what we preach every day. No matter what goes on through the course of a game, through the course of a season, as long as we stay together, there's nothing that we can't accomplish. And that's what we did tonight. And it's crazy because, our GA Jared today, his speech for us today was, staying even keeled, whatever gets thrown your way. And we had to during this game because, Villanova, they made their runs, their national championship program, which we knew they would. And staying even keeled for 45 minutes led us to where we at right now.
Arthur, going back to Kansas City even, we're in the T-Mobile Center, and I asked you about your potential, and you said my potential, I want to be one of the best players out there. What kind of steps do you feel like maybe you took tonight toward achieving that?
I feel like I took some big steps forward. But, again, it's all glory to God and all glory to my coaching staff and all glory to my teammates. I mean, throughout this summer, throughout the course of this season so far up to this point, they've had to check me on a lot of stuff. I feel like them being able to and me being able to take the teaching that they give me is just making me a better player. So as long as I keep listening and I keep going in the right direction, I feel like I can help the team go in the right direction as well.
King Arthur.
For Arthur and Tylor, you both had your first sandstorm experience, and it's with 3.5 seconds to go. 2 for 1, and neither one can answer. Are you told about sandstorm prior to the season, and was it hard to focus in the timeout without looking at the crowd?
I wouldn't say hard to focus in the timeout, but it's hard to hear. But it wasn't what I imagined. Is 10 times better than what I imagined it was. Our students and our fans, we have the best students and fans in the country, and they showed out tonight. And I'm glad to be a part of this environment, part of this program, and so I can't wait to see them back here on the 17th.
Facts. It felt like I was in a movie. Real talk. It was cool. Dim. Lights dim. There was lights in the crowd and stuff like that. That was fire. It was fire.